We'd like to welcome all of you to Saturday Story. I have a special Saturday story for you today as the Lord began to speak to my heart about the Lord speaking to Abraham. In Genesis chapter 15, and the Lord said to Abraham, "Know of a surety, of a fact, that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them." In other words, there's going to be servitude. There's going to be affliction that's going to come to the children of faith. Because remember, Abraham was the father of the faithful. And those who are faithful, he said of a surety, it's going to come to pass. But the Lord went on to say, "And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance." And he told Abraham, he said, "Listen, you're about to go to your fathers in peace, and thou shalt be buried in a good old age." But he said, before this happens, listen to this. This is powerful to me. He said, but in the fourth generation, they're going to come back again. What he was trying to tell Abraham is what he's trying to tell all of us today. There is a comeback. There's a comeback in our future. There's a comeback that God's got planned for your family, for your faith, for your finances, and for your future. You see what the Lord was telling Abraham, he said the reason they're coming back is because of your dedication and your consecration. You're the father of the faithful. What we have to understand is that we should never discount commitment and dedication. Because you see, the Lord was trying to bring it to Abraham like he is to us. When you dedicate and commit, there will be a comeback. There'll be a comeback in your future. I'm talking about the Lord was telling Abraham, he said, "Abraham, when you could have given up, you didn't. When you could have quit, you kept going. When the enemy said turn loose, you held on to that faith. And by doing that, that dedication and that commitment has brought a comeback in your future." You see, I really feel like that the Lord was trying to tell Abraham, he said, all that you suffered and all of the afflictions that my children of faith have suffered is going to be fuel. It's going to be fuel that's going to make your faith come back again. I feel this. I feel that there is a comeback in your faith. There's a comeback in your worship. There's a comeback in your health. I feel like I'm speaking to someone today that God is wanting there to be a comeback in your future. Don't ever let the devil tell you that they can't come back. Don't let the enemy put it in your mind that they're too far gone, that they can't come back. Everyone that I read about in this Bible, every story of the great men of God in this Bible is the story of a comeback. I'm here to tell you that when you read the stories in this Bible, look at the prodigal son when he jumped the pig pen fence to make his way back to his father's house. He was sick of being sick and he was tired of being tired. But Luke 15:20 said, but when he was a great way off, this was saying he had a long way to go. We look at people who seem to be so far away, but the Bible said that the Father ran. He ran to meet him. You see, the first step in your comeback is you're getting up. You got to get up before you can come back. You can't stay in your doubt. You got to get up. You can't stay in your depression. You got to get up. You need to get up and give the pigs a permanent wave and say goodbye. I don't care how far away that you may think they are. I'm here to tell you, it's time for there to be a comeback in your future. Matter of fact, Luke 15:20, the father saw him and had compassion on him and ran and fell on him. And verse 23 said, he turned to the servants and said, you go get the fatted calf, not a fatted calf. In other words, when the boy left a long time ago, he put back a fatted calf. And I think that may be our problem. We haven't fed our fatted calf. You need to feed your fatted calf and prepare. Prepare for that comeback that God said belonged to his people. I believe this. I believe backsliders are coming back. I believe children that have drifted away are coming back. I'm going to tell you, my friend, don't you think God's done all that he's done just to forget about those loved ones that have drifted away? Because I want you to hear this scripture. In 2 Samuel 14, in verse 14, for we must needs die and are as water spilt on the ground, which cannot be gathered up again. Neither doth God respect any person, yet doth he devise means that his banish be not expelled from him. God's saying, when your life is like water that's spilled on the ground, that cannot be regathered, and it seems like there's no way, no hope. They're so bound. They're so addicted. They're just so far gone, just so messed up. They're just so far away. God is devising right now a comeback in your future. You see, God has a way of regathering, regaining, restoring, realigning, reviving, reclaiming, renewing, and refreshing. God always knows how to prepare a comeback in your future. And I believe that. I feel that for someone that I'm speaking to right now. And this brings me today to Saturday's story. I read the story of a young baseball phenomenon by the name of Doug Draback. Doug Draback broke all the records in the state of Pennsylvania for winning high school baseball games. He was the first round draft pick in the major leagues, and he won the first 6 games as a major league pitcher and was touted the greatest potential that had ever signed a contract in baseball. But in the first year, Doug Draback's pitching arm began to hurt. The pain became unbearable, and a team specialist did an MRI. He found a malignant tumor in the pitching arm of Doug Draback. And he told Doug Draback, I'm sorry that when this tumor's removed, you'll never pitch another baseball again. After the surgery, you can imagine the anguish, the suffering, the depression, the pain. But it also told of the resolve that Doug Draback had, that he would tell himself every day as he worked tirelessly in therapy with a divine resolve, I am coming back. I'm coming back. I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what the pain says. I don't care what the doubters say, but I am coming back. Doug Draback worked for 2 long years, working every day in therapy with a divine resolve in his spirit that said, I've been knocked down, but I'm not knocked out. I will come back. And ladies and gentlemen, it was the 5th game of the World Series. As the game was tied, when Doug Draback walked out on the mound in Yankee Stadium, and as he was handed the baseball, 70,000 fans, some crying, some clapping, but all of them on their feet, all of them with rapt attention, because they knew what he went through to get where he was. Doug Draback took his cap off. I want you to see this in your mind. He took his cap off and bowed his head as tears dripped down his face and dropped to the ground. As he spoke these words, as the cameras picked up what he said, I'm back. I'm back. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but some of you feel like that there's situations that's a long way off. You got family members that seems like so far away. They're so bound. They're so addicted. But let me tell you, there is a comeback. There is a comeback. Life may have issued a set of circumstances and situations that's tried to sideline you like it did Doug Draback and take you out of the game. But I'm here to tell you, you need to do like Doug Draback said. You need to tell that devil, no devil. I want you to know I'm not too far gone. I'm on my way back. I'm on my way back to faith. I'm on my way back to the prayer room. I'm on my way back to seek the face of God. I'm on my way back to worship. I'm on my way back to dedication and commitment. I'm on my way back because you see, God is going to devise means to where there will be a comeback in your future. You just feed the fatted calf and prepare, because God is He absolutely knows where you are, and He sees where your family is at today. And believe me when I tell you that there is a comeback not far away. I wish that you would share this with someone, because there's a lot of people out there that feels like they're a great way off. They're too far gone. They're too messed up. But God hadn't forgot about those who drifted away. He's devising means right now where His vanished can come back again. God bless you today is our prayer.